Hey guys, Andy Wilkinson here again from SkinnyGainMuscle.com, back to answer more of your challenges and frustrations about how to gain weight and muscle if you're skinny. We're just going to get straight into this. There are 12 key questions I want to get through this week. There have been a lot of more comments coming in as well, but these are the main ones we're going to focus on to hopefully provide you with more information, more tools in your proverbial toolkit to be able to get on with gaining the weight and the muscle you want, particularly if you're skinny and have a hard time doing so. So these, once again, are questions or rather challenges and frustrations you've been writing in. If you've gone over to the website SkinnyGainMuscle.com, signed up for the 20 free videos on the weight gain basics. There, once you've done that, you'll have an opportunity to put in your challenges and frustrations, and I'll get back to you and go through those with these episodes. So first off, question comes in from Thailand. Biggest challenge and frustration here is I'm a vegetarian. What foods do you recommend to build lean mass and increase bone mass? Okay, first of all, increasing bone mass, getting this what's known as osteoblastic response in the body. A very tricky thing to do. Those people who might suffer from osteoporosis sometimes advised to do some compounding exercise. That's something like a body step or step aerobics, where the supposed compounding effect against the ground the continual time is going to help increase bone density. But this isn't really the main focus that you want to have if you want to increase your overall size and weight. What you want to be doing is focusing on exercises, major muscle movements, those compound type exercises, as your main approach. And as far as being a vegetarian is concerned, what are you missing out on if you're a vegetarian in terms of what meat eaters and fish eaters have? That primary source of protein, complete proteins, getting the essential amino acids you need, those 8 essential amino acids. So what you'll need to do if you're a vegetarian is combine foods in such a way to get these complete proteins. What are some examples of these? Well, one example, if you do still eat this, eggs are a very good source. They're a good source of complete proteins, as is cottage cheese is another source of complete proteins. And also an ingredient that originates from South America called quinoa. Now quinoa is spelled Q-U-I-N-O-A. That's Q-U-I-N-O-A. It's a bit like couscous, a bit like rice. You'll cook it up for 10-12 minutes. It comes in kind of like a dry white sort of pellet forms, and it has a slightly nutty-ish taste to it. That in and of itself is a complete protein. In addition to that, you can combine milk with oatmeal. That creates a complete protein, as does having peas with rice and I believe lentils and rice. You can combine those to get a complete protein too. So there are some suggestions for filling in your protein needs if you're vegetarian and not eating meat or fish. Next question comes from Malaysia, and this one says, okay, main challenge is I think I'm kind of lazy. That's the biggest challenge, but I think the real challenge is I'm a student, so I'm kind of busy, too busy to go to the gym. Is there any workout video at home? Okay, main preference, as you're hopefully understanding by now, is the range of exercises you can do and the range of weights with the barbells and the free weights without wasting too much time changing the plates on dumbbells. Gym is going to be the best environment. If that's not your option, you want to do home workouts, this is something I'll hopefully be paying more attention to in the future. But things that you kind of perhaps want to have at home is a pull-up bar of some sort, just something you can wedge in between a doorway to be able to perform some upper body exercises and have some weights around the place. I've not created specific home workout videos at the moment. Hopefully that'll be something that comes in the pipeline moving forward. But if you can get to a gym, if you can make the commitment to making that an essential part of your weekly routine, all the better. Alright, next one comes from the UK. I had an arthroscopy on my left knee about a year ago, some sort of invasive surgery or look around in your knee. It's felt unstable ever since. Most of the hard gainer programs highly stress the importance of squats and deadlifts to target maximum muscle growth. But I'm worried my knee may be too unstable for those exercises and could give out. Can I still achieve results using the machine leg press and targeting the back in a different way? Okay, this isn't the kind of question that everybody has. Key things to be aware of here is that your body again is looking for balance. If it doesn't have balance, it's going to find it difficult to grow. So when we work out our upper body, we want to be compensating and doing the same for our lower body. That's why I emphasize full body workouts. And you're quite right, squats and deadlifts are a very good workout, a major muscle movement, a compound set of exercises that to encourage maximized muscle growth. Now what can you do if you don't have this option? Well, trying to just exercise one leg only and trying to create an imbalance where you're doing one, it can have a negative effect in the long run because your body is seeking balance. So once again, I'm not a trained physiotherapist or osteopath or medical doctor, okay, so I'm not in a position to give you this kind of advice when it comes to rehabilitation and what have you. So I'd say go out and seek their advice for this, but what I would say is that what's been discovered is that by some physio information I've heard to and listened to, is that if you can even exercise that slightly weakened knee a bit, then all the better. But don't try and overcompensate with more weight on the other leg. I'd say try and keep the balance equal on both. If you're performing one leg deadlifts, one leg style squats where the weight is slightly lighter, perhaps you're just doing body weight for instance, and just going through the right range of motion with that and seeing how you get on with it. Obviously be careful, look after your health, stay injury free and pay attention to that. But do not try and overcompensate with more weight on the other leg because that imbalance is going to impede your growth in the long run. You want to seek out balance overall throughout your body, front muscles to back muscles, side to side, and upper body to lower body to really get the best effect. So I know it's not the complete answer, but do seek professional advice from someone, from a physio or what have you, who's going to be able to give you better advice on that knee condition. Alright, let's move on. Next question from the United States. My son is a talented high school football player. Right now he's 6 foot, 165 centimeters and plays defensive back. He has the ability to play Division 1, but he seems to have a problem bulking up. We're trying to add another 15 to 20 pounds to his frame. He works out a lot, both upper and lower, and has a big appetite, but still having problems picking up the pounds. Okay, key thing that may stand out here is that when you say he works out a lot, we do not want to be overtraining. Overtraining can limit and minimize growth, so you want to be training in the weights room for maybe 3 times a week max, okay? 3 to 4 times a week max. Have 48 hours in between those workout sessions. By overtraining, we limit the amount of growth. You want to let your body adapt and grow in between those sessions. That's really, really important. And in addition to that, aim to make those full body workouts. Focus on those compound exercises like the squat, like the deadlift, like the bench press, like pull-ups, like chin-ups. And focus on what I call primary muscle groups first. So do your leg exercises, get your chest and back exercises done, and only then start focusing on the smaller muscles like your triceps, your biceps, and shoulder muscles and what have you. So focus on it in that order. Look in the 6 to 8 rep range movement, meaning you're achieving momentary muscular failure, you're struggling to complete that final repetition around the 6 rep mark, and that should set you well on your way. The other thing to be aware of is by doing too much cardio, if there's a lot of running around, he's on the football pitch running around on the playing field, that's using up calories. You've got to overcompensate for that. You've got to get your calories in at the right levels each day. If you've watched those 20 videos on the weight gain basics, that should give you a good indication as how to calculate how many you need and how often to stagger those calories throughout the day. But you're moving in the right direction. It's just a case of getting these little bits right at a time. And also, if you've heard about that Sneaky Weight Gain Tricks program I've got, you might want to look into that. That covers 13 tricks you can use to get your hormones on your side to encourage more weight gain. Next one coming up from Poland. My main concern is eating healthy and maintaining a budget. I'm currently studying abroad and money is an issue for me. Key things here, if money is an issue, there are a few things you can do. Perhaps look into the meal replacement shakes area. Products you might want to look at for this, you might want to look at ProGrade Nutrition. That's ProGrade Nutrition. They're a very well recognized and reputable source for that kind of supplementation. In addition to that, if you're at the supermarket, keep your eye out for what's on sale in terms of healthy foods, and buy in bulk. Put things in the freezer if they're going to go off soon, and just kind of minimize your costs that way. There's a couple of tips for you.